Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to take a look at the match of the MPL finals where Tribe Gaming were facing off against Nova, and this was a really nice match overall. I will show you guys a couple of attacks and then obviously in the end show you guys the results, but I want to concentrate on one of my attacks, which is another mass witch attack. So I showed you guys yesterday on how exactly you can use mass witches. But since you really like those kind of like strategy or like explaining my plan before the actual attack, so that's what we're going to do now. So if you have not really understood so far how those mass witch attack works, I will link you above me the video from yesterday, which where I completely explain how exactly you can use those mass witch attacks. And the first thing is always starting off at the scatter shots. Those two scatter shots are the most dangerous threat to your witches, and you normally try to go for the flank or like for the scatter shot, which is on the flank of the town hall, and that's why the right scatter shot was kind of eliminated. Like, we do not go for the lightnings over there, but instead now we have two options. We have two options how we use our lightnings. We can use the left or the right expo, and we decide to go for the right because we can reach the left expo actually later on. So we go kind of for this triangle of lightnings, and then a warden walk in front of that. And once again, the same idea as I already explained yesterday. You want to kind of increase the dead zone which you're creating with your lightnings with your warden walk, because this is creating a perfect funnel for your witches, so they can't go anywhere else except where you want them to go. So the next thing for me is to place my king, and the king is kind of like bouncing in between of the buildings and is supposed to go into the town hall, and then we place the siege perks at the mortar to force the king in so he can get the town hall. We have one freeze, so that should be pretty easily achieved, and then we use our witches to get into the base, and then a warbreaker, super warbreaker, because we don't use any other super troops, to get in, jump over the enemy queen, and then we can get into the second scatter shot. That's kind of the idea of the plan. And for the top side, we have Hawk Riders in combination with the Royal Champion. But that's basically it. So let's take a look. First off, this is going to be the army composition. It's pretty much the same army composition as we used already yesterday in the video. Because it's like that's the basic army composition. The only thing which we changed is the clan castle. I told you yesterday that you can basically use any clan castle, but obviously for the clan war attack, we can pick whatever clan castle we want to go for and whatever troop we want to go in for, which is in the clan castle. I decided to go for the Hawk Riders because I feel like Hawk Riders are kind of nice on this one, and I do not need to worry about the town hall because the town hall is going to go down for my king. Now the next step for me is use the lightnings, use the warden early because otherwise we might have time issues, and then just start the attack. As soon as the cannon is going down, I can get started with my witches, because this is kind of the last building which is messing up the pathing for my witches. As soon as that's down, let's get the warden over. And there's a small thing which a couple of you actually did not know just yet, is you need to place something close to the aura of the warden, or like into the warden aura, to make sure that he's like hopping over, and this needs to be around like 20 troop space, something like that. If you do this, then the warden is going to come over like 15 to 20 troop space, and then everything is all right. Now the first rage, because I want to get through the enemy clan castle as fast as possible. I used the freeze for the town hall to make sure that everything is going in there. The warden, or like the eagle, actually was on my queen. That's why I didn't use the warden ability just yet. And now I use the warden ability as soon as I get into the back end scatter shot, because this means all of my skeletons are staying alive and can actually swarm like the back end and can really easily access the enemy scatter shot. This is kind of the idea right now. And then you see at the top side the Hawk Riders are doing work in combination with the Royal Champion, because they can easily take down the Single Inferno Tower. Now the witches at the bottom side have a rough time because of the scatter shot, but to be honest, we have so many troops still left that it's actually like it doesn't really matter. And if I have to say something at this point, is I'm just annoyed by the meta. Like, I'm a huge fan of queen chargers because they're fun and they're a challenge, but in a competitive match I ask myself the question, why should someone take the risk of doing a queen charge if you can just like press your face onto your tablet and do this? Like, why? Like, I don't understand it. And this is just stupid to me. But maybe that's just me, but that's my feeling right now about the meta. I think, I don't know, like, things like this should not work. Things like this should not work, but I mean, it's working. So guys, if you want to get some free triples, make sure to use this mass witch army. It is crazy. It is really, really crazy. But we want to take a look at a couple of more attacks before we actually finish off the video. And I have 2 more attacks to show you guys. The first attack is this dragon attack by Maxi, and the second attack is actually kind of funny because Nova attacked me with mass witches as well, so I will show you guys that attack on my base. So let's take a look first on the attack of Maxi, who is recently like gone with those dragons. So what he's doing early is he's going to start off with the lightning and with an earthquake onto the enemy single inferno tower. What this does is pretty simple, because this is damaging the Inferno Tower, which is causing his Royal Champion ability to one-hit it. So you guys saw it, the Royal Champion used her ability, and the Inferno Tower is going down. This is kind of key, because this is creating a nice pathing for his dragons later on. Now the Queen is trying to get the Expo lower as well, but yeah, unluckily the Queen is not really finishing off the job, but still a lot of damage on the Expo, which is always great. Now take a look at this timing of the dragons. No dragons so far actually got hit by the air defense because there was this perfect timing of the loons. Now the loons are getting into the base, and he's using a quite early warden ability because he does not want to take too much damage of this air defense, which is shooting non-stop at his loons, etc. So that's why he's using the early warden, and so far so good. Now the bad thing is happening, which is the enemy king, or like his own king, sorry. His own king is luring out the clan castle, and this could cause trouble. But no, he's using a couple of loons for the back end, which are soaking up 2 black mines, killing off an air defense and an archer tower. And that's some great value if you're doing a dragon attack. So there's basically no threat in this base left anymore. And this is a really nice overkill of Maxi on this base. And it's exactly how you can do those mass dragon attacks at the moment. Yeah, just great attack of Maxi, I say. So nice job over there. And as I promised to you guys, I will show you in a second the attack on the base I was running, which got attacked by the mass witches as well. There's a huge difference in the attack army composition, and I will explain you guys briefly what I think like of the normal witch attacks and the witch attacks I did earlier. So that's kind of the idea. The dragon attack finished, which means Maxi got the 3-star, really nicely done from Maxi. Really great idea with the lightning and the earthquake at the top side, so nice job over there. But guys, one quick reminder, since there are offers again in the shop, make sure to use a creator code when you're buying one of them. If you would like to support me and my channel over here, and you like what I'm doing, then you can easily do that with using the creator code ETSU. Whenever you're buying anything in game, it's the Gold Pass, I don't know, like normal gems or just offers, make sure you have a creator code in there. And remember, this creator code is running out every 7 days, and you can use this creator code for every Supercell game. So for example, if you're buying the new Brawl Pass, well, you can support me as well with that code over there. Thank you guys so much, and now let's get into the attack from Franco. And what he's doing over here, he's doing basically the same I did with the Super Witches. But there's a huge difference in the army composition, which is the spells. So he's not using any lightning spells on this one. And I think it's really risky because like those scatter shots, I mean, you guys saw it in my attack. My attack nearly got ruined by this one scatter shot. Now imagine having to face 2 scatter shots. It's like really a huge threat to the witches, because it's not only damaging the skeletons in the beginning, but it's always splashing in behind, which most of the time hit the witches as well. And your couple of healers can't really keep up with that because the witches are going to spread a little bit and so on. So it's really risky. Now we're starting off with the witches at the bottom side, which are getting immediately like ASAP targeted by the mortar and now by the scatter shot, which means basically 3 witches are dead already, which is crazy. So the scatter shot, not zapping the scatter shot, is already paying off for me as a defender. Now it's all about witches getting into the base, but because the bottom side of witches died, most of the witches are wandering around the outside because there's nothing funneling them in. So, like I said, witches are all about pathing, and as soon as they're splitting up, or like splitting up like crazy, which means you normally want to have a witch group on the outside, that's okay, but you still want to have a main group on the inside. And this is like 5 witches going onto the outside, and he plays already 3 witches in the beginning, which means there are maybe, I don't know, 5 witches in the core, which is not enough to overpower the Town of 13 core. And you guys see it over here, the jump spell was not really leading into the tunnel, or like close to the tunnel compartment, which means the tunnel is going to stay alive, and the tunnel itself is a huge threat to witches as well. So you really need to concentrate on this pathing thing with the witches, and that's kind of the key thing about the strategy. The rest is pretty simple. I mean, to be honest, like for the rest, I mean, I'm always joking about this, but to be honest, for the rest of the attack, you can actually just use your nose to deploy the troops, because that's not really a challenge. But the planning and the pathing, that's kind of the key on those witch attacks. And as you guys saw on this attack, by the way, no offense to the attack whatsoever, but I just wanted to show you guys this example that witches obviously can sometimes work. And I think it's not the problem of the witches. I think it's the problem of the lightning spells. I still think they're really strong, too strong. But yeah, this is going to be the finish for the finals, 26-23. We're able to win this one in the end. And overall, great job to both teams. And well, great war in the end. I'm really looking forward to face Nova in the qualifier. They're always a really tough opponent, so that's going to be a great match. And well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a little bit of fun watching this. And one quick reminder: even though my streams are on German or in German, I won't have time too much for streaming in the next couple of days. I hope you guys do not mind, but there's so much going on with the qualifiers, testing base and everything, so it's like really stressful, so I can't really stream that much. And I will stream again as soon as the qualifier is like, the preparation is looking a bit better. But for now, I won't stream that much the next couple of, like the next 1.5 weeks, because then the qualifier is already there. So guys, thank you so much for understanding. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you so much for all of the support. And well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys back tomorrow for the next one. Until then, see you guys, and bye bye.